All right, here's the last Jeopardy question, and it's a good one. You know, this is a common problem that plagues mankind. So here we go. Dear Prudence, I have been in a good marriage for more than a decade, and we have what I consider to be a normal, loving sexual relationship. Can you guess where this letter is going to go?
What I would consider? So basically, the other person does not consider.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. I suck off anyone I want, whenever I want, and they aren't allowed to fuck anyone else.
Here we go. With one major exception. My wife has never achieved orgasm with me.
Never.
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln.
Not even by accident, bro. What the fuck?
She has always told me it is not a big deal to her, although we have certainly tried, and it is something we have discussed repeatedly. She is able to achieve orgasm by herself, but never with me, and she said never with any other man. A few nights ago, she accidentally let slip that she did achieve orgasm with her ex-husband. Upon further discussion, it turns out it happened many times and very easily. I'm devastated. Why did she never tell me before, given the number and intensity of our discussions on the issue? Am I such a wretched lover that I am hopeless? She feels that since her ex cheated on her, her defensive walls went up and she won't let herself be vulnerable or trusting enough. I am in quite a tailspin, and she recognizes how deeply I am hurt by this admission, and she feels terrible about it. But it's not something that's going to be easy to push out of either of our minds when we try next. Help!
Oh my fucking God, that's brutal. This man has some of the worst dick of all time. Never, dude.
Yeah,
and look, at first I was like, okay, there's definitely some women. You come across some people that just have a really hard time busting, right?
Yeah.
And for some women, just whatever, you know, you got to really fucking get in there. You know, your shoulder is sore from finger popping by the end of an affair. You know, your jaw feels like you've been chewing on beef jerky for an hour straight after you're eating pussy. You know what I mean? Some people get a toy in the mix, whatever. That does happen. Or some people can only come penetratively. Some people, whatever. So I was like, all right, maybe he just luck of the draw. His wife can't bust that easily and whatever. But for it to never happen, and for her to just like easily bust with her ex-husband, yeah, he should be devastated. I mean, this is a real. You have to look inward, bro. This is not her fault.
Yeah, this is an example of like, yeah, you're right. Like this guy, he should be devastated. I don't know that there's a solution to his problem. You know?
Yeah, you just got it. I mean, we talked about Madison. We opened the episode with Madison Cawthorn having to fucking learn how to eat pussy. I mean, this goes quadruple for this man. I mean, you're about to end up like fucking old Cawthorn, my friend. You're about to get dumped by your wife if you don't quickly learn how to make her bust. Also, damn, dude, we have women in America, or just I guess in the world. This woman married a man who couldn't make her bust. She married this fucking guy. Imagine dating. That's so funny. Imagine as a dude, you date someone. And the first 10 times you fuck, you don't bust. You're like, all right, well, we had a nice run, but what the fuck am I doing here? You know what I mean? It's like this woman this guy never came close.
I mean, this goes back to the letter about the Brenda letter about the dad leaving the wife for the stripper.
Right. This man needs to really get his Brenda up.
Well, I mean, he needs to get his Brenda up, but like in the letter, he discloses that his wife was like with her ex-husband, who she was knocking him out like
he was just knocking that pussy.
Yeah,
loose.
It was just like on a fucking T-ball, you know. It was just fucking grand slam every time. But he cheated on her. And she's like, oh, like, you know, my defensive walls are up, you know, and it's just like, oh, like I can't feel vulnerable again or whatever. Here's the brutal part about this, and
I know where you're going. I think I know where you're going, but please.
The ex-husband who cheated on her, she's gonna be thinking about when she's like old.
Oh yeah,
and like you know, like that's the love of her. The guy who cheated on her like shit, cheated on her, but was laying down good pipe. Will annihilate the dutiful, loyal, faithful man every
100%.
single time.
And not only that, the fact that she's bouncing back from getting cheated on and ends up with you means that you're a loser. You know what I mean? You're a safe pick. You're not gonna hurt her, and that matters. I mean, on some level, that's nice because that matters so much to her that trash cock didn't even factor into the equation. Like the fact that you're so safe, you don't even have. But it's like, yeah, man, you gotta fucking step your game up. And look, I think it's possible for you to learn how to fuck, but you're gonna have to really believe in yourself because I don't know.
He needs like a Rocky training montage of him. And you know what? Like I think you may need to seek professional help here, a pro or a semi-pro. I think you gotta like because you're focusing on your wife too much and like your inability to get her off. But I think you need to get like just get a few notches on the old belt.
Absolutely.
Knock out a few.
He does have to cheat. I agree with
he's got to cheat.
No, you're right.
For the sake of the marriage, he's got to cheat on her.
You have to go to one of those sex therapists that's, okay, you're a therapist.
But,
you know what I mean? Like, who sucks you off. Like, he needs some of that. He needs to learn moves.
I mean, or if he's like, congenitally incapable of learning moves or pleasing a woman in any way, just for the sake of God, for the love of God, just get one of those Hitachis. Because like any woman can come in like 10 seconds flat.
Sure,
it's like with RoboCop getting them off. It's
I'm
like
shocked.
as long as you're holding it,
Yes.
like it's just you're involved. Like it's it's
don't you think
it's a
they've tried
cheat
that,
code.
Will?
It's a cheat code. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know.
But it sounds like you don't think you would have tried a fucking toy at some point? I don't get it. Like so you get a toy in the mix sometimes. It's like whatever, it fucking happens. But I just feel like he's absolutely. I'm with you. If they haven't tried toy, you got to go toy immediately.
I just think like they have one of those like high pressure shower heads, and he's like, my wife is always in there. She takes showers for hours. What's she doing in there?
Dude, I honestly would love. I truly would love videotape of these people fucking scientifically. Like I'm not trying to beat off to it. I'll wear mittens with locks on them if you give me. You know what I mean? Like. Whatever you want to do, I'm not going to jack off to this. I need to watch it like a scientist. Because how? I want to watch different I want to try. I want to see them try. I want to see a regular day. I want to see when he goes all out. I need to see a picture of this man's penis. I'll tell you that much. And I need numbers. I need numbers on how long he's eating pussy because. And this is a motif. We've talked about it before, the daredevil thing, whatever. But it's kind of like in sports, like defense and hustle, right? It's like sometimes some people don't have God-given abilities, right? You're not going to have a nice dick. Even if you have a nice one, it might not stay hard. Your stroke might be off. But everyone can finger pop and eat pussy. That's hustle and defense.
It's called coachability.
It's coachability, rebounding, doing the little things. Is he doing that? Is he doing that?
He's not. The way that he said at the beginning of the letter that I thought we had a satisfying sexual relationship. And knowing at the time that meant she was never coming, I think that means he's not giving it his all.
You're right. And this guy cannot fuck, and he's completely in his own world for thinking they had a good relationship or sexual relationship. And unfortunately, so much of attraction and people even people coming is intangible, and it comes down to do you have any sauce whatsoever? Or does this person, not even if you don't, sometimes for some reason, something's working for somebody else, right? Like, but this guy is completely swagless. He's being cut from the grave by a guy who cheated on her. Like, she's beating off thinking about that guy. He's got nothing.
Well, it's clearly she's clearly got something. She's clearly frustrated with it because I would really like to know the context where she accidentally let it slip that her ex-husband made her come.
Right. That's
how the hell does that come up?
She's not doing a crossword puzzle.
And not just one time. Because if it were one time, you could be like, oh, it's like, it was a leap year or whatever. This was like, no, he was getting her off every single time.
Oh, yeah. No, and the more I think about it, I guess actually if the reader, the only honorable thing to do is cut his dick off and commit seppuku because he's just not good at fucking. We can spin our wheels here, but
I know. It's just, there's only so much advice you can give someone.
And by the way, it wasn't just her ex-husband. Like, it's not a bunch of other guys made her bust. There's no way.
She was going off like the fucking challenger until she met this fucking loser.
This guy also, what is his history before the marriage?
Right.
Like, he has to ask himself those questions.
Yes, so true, Matt. That's great. We need to know what his bust quotient was before this relationship.
What's his average? What's his slugging percentage here?
Some people, you just gotta be a come to fuck every day kind of player. You know,
Absolutely.
You gotta bring your lunch pail and a hard hat when you're going in on that pussy.
100%, dude. 100%.